This is the country of Vasco da Gama. Welcome to Portugal. This is a 150-year-old recipe in Portugal. Obrigado. You have no idea how nice this smells right now. Beautiful. To get to Lisbon, I decided to take a direct flight by Emirates Airline. Their business class experience is second to none and has luxury written all over it. So starting from the lounge at the airport to the lounge on board the Airbus A380, I indulged in some great food, some great drinks and also the opportunity to interact with some very interesting people. My journey was so comfortable that I didn't even realize that my flight took 8 hours. And now I was ready to land in Lisbon and explore this beautiful country, Portugal. Hello and welcome to our international special episode of Weekend Out. My name's Gaurav. Naam to suna hoga. Season 7 began with a very beautiful destination, Taiwan. And the next international destination of this season is the beautiful country in southern Europe, Portugal. I'm staying at a royal heritage, a palace from back in the 19th century, the Pestana Palace Hotel. An elegant and luxurious hotel that has wonderful views of the Tagus River. The hotel is an architectural marvel. Its ornate ironwork, gilt-covered paneling, designer-high ceilings, classical furnishings and opulent fabrics makes one feel like royalty. It's a nice sunny morning in Lisbon, and Lisbon is not only the capital but also the largest city in Portugal. And what I've decided to do is actually set out on foot and get the real vibe of the city. The country of Portugal is all about medieval castles, cobblestone villages, captivating cities, ideal scenery and great local food. This country is going to be an experience made up of many things which I'm excited to explore. Let's start yet another journey together, and I promise to show you the best this country has to offer. My first pit stop in this beautiful city of Lisbon has to be one of the oldest bakeries, Pastéis de Belém. It dates back to 1837. This place is heaven for all dessert lovers. And one thing that is a must-try here is the world-famous egg custard tart, which is also called as Pastéis de Nata. So finally, I am at the Pastéis de Belém. Now this is a Sunday morning. Thankfully for us, the crowd is not as much as it is on a weekday at this time, around 10-11 a.m. This place is jam-packed. You've got to follow me to see this. Now this is actually their delivery area. This is where people come in for, grabbing a quick pastéis on their way to office, or maybe if they're shopping. This is where they come and get this. The real mayhem happens inside. So the crowd now finally begins. This is a crazy place. It can accommodate up to 400 people seated. Okay, this is almost like a maze. And when you come here, you can actually see
how they make their pastas. So that's a huge line that we've got to stand in, and it's like this all the time. I told you, it's a huge line every time.
This place is always hustling and bustling, and one has to wait to get a seat here because they can dive straight into food heaven.
Right from the beginning of the 19th century, this recipe of the pastel has never been documented. So nobody ever wrote this recipe down. This recipe has been passed on generation after generation. And to keep this a secret and to ensure that this recipe is neither leaked nor destroyed, the few people who know this recipe, do a lot of very weird things. Like, these people will never travel together in one plane. These people will never travel together in one car. These people will never order the same dish when they go to a restaurant. All this to safeguard this recipe. Now that there's so much hoo-halla about this recipe and I'm at the place where it all happens, I have ordered pastel and coffee. That's how they have it in the morning, and that's what I've ordered for myself. Now tell me one thing, how am I supposed to have it? I'm supposed to put this?
Yes, can I put in just one?
Yes. Okay, so here it is. I've also learned the authentic way of having it. So you put a little bit of cinnamon on it and you put a little bit of sugar on it and it's ready to have. Look at this. This looks beautiful. Can you believe this? This is more than a 150-year-old recipe. Somebody thought about this and made this 150 years ago and we're having it now. Okay, so here we go. Here's the big bite. My God. It's crunchy and flaky on the outside, creamy with the custard inside. This is beautiful. No wonder there's such a huge line to get their hands on this pastel. It's beautiful.
Lisbon is a city that was made so one can enjoy a walk, go up and down a hill, and whichever corner you turn towards, you always have a majestic view. This city has reinvented itself without losing its identity. The Jeronimus Monastery is one of the most impressive symbols of Portuguese power, which was built during the 1500s to commemorate Vasco da Gama's return after discovering the sea route to India. This is also where Vasco da Gama and his crew spent the last night in prayer before leaving for India. This is Rua Augusta, the city's main pedestrian street. This is a lively pedestrian street with mosaic pavements, outdoor cafes, international shops, and street artists playing music, drawing, painting, or just being beautiful still statues. The Lisbon Triumphal Arch is one of the greatest monuments at the end of this pedestrian street.
You know, in Portugal, I've noticed one thing. No matter which souvenir shop you go to, there's one thing that you will find for sure, and that is this rooster. Now, this rooster is actually now the symbol of a city called Barcelos, and there's a story behind it. So there was a theft in Barcelos. Somebody lost their silver, and there was this particular guy who got accused of doing it. So he was taken to a judge, and for some odd reason, the judge told him, okay, I'm going to give you one last chance, although there was a lot of evidence against this guy. And what this guy said was, there was a rooster in a basket there, and this guy said, okay, if I am innocent, the rooster in this basket is going to start crowing. And the rooster actually started crowing, and this guy was set off free. Since that day, this rooster has become the symbol of the city of Barcelos. So you will see them in all shapes and sizes, sometimes even in the form of magnets here. This is a very, very fascinating sight that you will see in all of Portugal. And I'm going to pick what I like. Now, I'm at a place called Miraduro Arrantre. Now, Miraduro actually means a place with a view, and that's exactly what this is, a place with a breathtaking view of this beautiful city of Lisbon.
one can truly embrace this city and the charm that it exudes. One can enjoy breathtaking views of the city from the top, castles on one side and the river on the other.